Charlie Sullivan was the head coach at DeMatha from 1984 to 2007. Also a faculty member here at DeMatha for those years. He won over 500 games, which is, first of all, to do this job for 22 years, he's got to be crazy for one. But to dedicate himself for that amount of time, with that kind of passion, and to help that many kids over that time, is a tremendous thing. And you did a great job. 500 wins over those years. 14 conference championships here at DeMatha. Coach of the Year multiple times in the state of Maryland. Has his players here tonight. Some 85 grads, some other graduates. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students and players that he's helped. And I just wanted to make sure. It took me 3 times, and I'm really glad he took the time to come down tonight. And we wanted to honor him with a little gift and recognize him for all his time here at DeMatha. So, Coach, if you'd like to come up, I'd love to have you.
Hello, everybody. First thing I have to do is introduce, tell you I'm late. I got lost. It's been 16 years since I've been back here. And Mary and I were driving around. We covered most of Riverdale and all the way up to the University of Maryland and all halfway to Baltimore. Before I finally found something that I recognized. So I do apologize for that. And missed all the bidding, which wouldn't do me any good because I don't have any money anyway. So that's fine. When Steve asked me to come, he didn't say that this was going to be the affair here. I mean, my gracious sakes, I see so many familiar faces that I've known through the years and lost contact with. But to reunite tonight is a big part. I really, really enjoy this talking to you. I do ask one favor. When you come up to talk, please introduce yourself. Because I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. Much less remember names and put them with faces. But introduce yourself, I'll be very, very happy. Baseball, yes. Baseball has always been my life. It's the biggest thing, except for Mary, my wife. And when I was a kid, I always relished the fact that he was going to be in Major League Baseball player. Whitey Ford was going to start, and I was going to be the second pitcher, in that rotation, Yankee rotation. Well, reality came when I graduated from high school. The scout from the Washington Senators, Joe Branzell, asked me to come to a camp that the Washington Senators were putting on. So I did. So I was a pitcher, so the first day we threw on the sidelines, and then some of us were invited back the next day for a game. Well, I started the game. They told me I was going to pitch 3 innings. I pitched 3 innings. I faced 9 batters. I struck out 8 of them. The 9th one butted, and I threw him out of first base. Boy, I was on cloud 9. I could see, how much could I ask him? $4,000 or $5,000 signing bonus? Never got a phone call. Never did. That was the end of it. That's when the realization set in that what pitching is all about is velocity. And I just didn't have that. I had other things, but didn't have any velocity, so they weren't interested. So off to college I went. And I spent 15 years at Potomac High School teaching driver's education, and who did that? Larry Pragg was my center fielder at Potomac. And after 15 years, the county canceled the driver's ed program, and I was without a job. So that's when John Boylan called. John was my guidance counselor here at DeMatha. He was then the principal in town then. So he said, come on over, I want you to run my driver's ed program. So I went over, and that was my test period, I think. He was going to evaluate me at the end of the year. Well, at the end of the year, he says, Charlie, I want to hire you full-time, and I want you to be the baseball coach. I said, well, Okay, well, I thought driver's ed was only a temporary position. He says, no, you got to teach an academic course. And I said, what? He said, mathematics. I have an opening in mathematics. Heck, I took a couple courses at the University of Maryland in math, but I was no math major. I'm far from it. So he said, well, if you're willing to try, I'm willing to gamble on you. Go back to school this summer, take some classes, and when the fall semester starts at DeMatha, you can teach during the day and take more classes in the evening. Well, I said, okay, it's all right with me, I guess, if you put up with me. Well, that first day at DeMatha, I was scared stiff. I was going to walk into a classroom and try to teach mathematics. I'm somebody with very average intelligence. It was going to be a chore for me, so I was scared to death. But I got through it, and then baseball came around, and Vince Curley called me on the phone and said, Charlie, I've been I've been head coach for 2 years, but it's only an interim job. I knew that. I'd like to help you if you let me be your assistant. And I said, God, Vince, sure, absolutely. So I took Vince and I and started coaching the baseball. And I was supported very much by my assistant coaches. Some of them are here tonight. Larry Prang is here. He was my center fielder at Potomac. Larry coaches the outfield, does a great job. He does a great job. He's coached down at the high school at Myrtle Beach now. And John Moreland supported me, and so did Mary Years. Yes, Mary's not here, but she was the math department chair. She put up with me for 24 years. Thank you, Mary. So it lasted 24 years, and at the end of 24 years, DeMatha said they could do without me, so I retired then. And since then, Mary and I have been living in Calvert County, and 6 acres of ground, which I got a cut about an acre of it, I guess. And I exercise every day. I ride my bike every day, and play golf when I can. Buster Campbell, I play a lot with Buster. Buster's not here today, but his wife Kathy is, and I really enjoy that a great deal. So that's a summation of my life, really, around baseball. And I appreciate seeing everybody tonight. And I'm sure the food is good. I haven't tasted it yet because I've been so late. But I hope everybody has a good time. I can see you're off to a good start. And if you have any questions at all, just come up and ask. I appreciate it. Steve, the baseball team is in good hands right now, I guarantee you. Because Steve Miller and Mike Toomey are two of the best minds in the area of baseball. So DeMatha's program is going to take off right now. You got to watch out for St. John's. I understand you got to watch out for Gonzaga too, but they're going to do just fine. Please support them. Thank you.
Folks, just a couple more things before I turn it over to Steve.